Hey Existence, I will be talking about spoilers for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker in this video, but if you don't care, what's unveiling? My name is Volkth. So on December 22nd, Sunday night, I watched Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker with my friend Andrew. I liked it. Most of it. I love the Star Wars franchise. It's inspired and influenced a lot of my creative visions throughout the years now for a very long time. I remember when I was still in elementary school and the beginning of middle school, I would never miss a new episode of the Star Wars The Clone Wars animated series on Cartoon Network. I would always get the TV, make my family know, hey, there's a new episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars on at such and such time. I get the TV then, because we only had one TV at the time. And yeah, I never missed an episode. Yep, not one episode. I think I missed one episode out of the whole 5 seasons that aired on Cartoon Network. I never missed an episode. I watched all of Star Wars Rebels to follow suit, and then there were the Clone Wars Lost Missions episodes, which were episodes that were halfway done but never aired. And now there's Star Wars Resistance, which the show isn't as top tier as the Clone Wars and Rebels was, but it's still something nice to look forward to at the end of every week. Even back when I was a kid, I really loved collecting Lego Star Wars, and I still like getting Lego Star Wars sets here and there. I just don't have any place to put them in my small room. If you've seen a few of my videos, you might have seen my Star Wars Special Forces TIE Fighter in the background on top of my display case. I even watch in my spare time. Some of my favorite videos to watch are explain videos and lore videos. I just watch a bunch of the Star Wars lore and explain channels, and I'm subbed to pretty much all of them out there. I'm sure you get it. Basically, the Star Wars franchise is a very fun franchise to follow for me. I think J.J. Abrams really did do a good job with the last movie here in the sequel trilogy, with what he had, of course. I know the sequel trilogy is kind of messed up. The Force Awakens I thought was a very, very good start off. I really, really liked it. And then The Last Jedi just divided everybody and I think changed Star Wars forever. Star Wars hasn't felt the same since The Last Jedi to me, to be honest. Things are much more fun when there are more people to enjoy it with. And Star Wars has been getting harder and harder to enjoy with others, you know? I think and wish that the whole sequel trilogy was under one man's vision instead of mixing them. And of course they had to experiment with Star Wars out of all of the franchises, but I mean, there's nothing we can do. We can't change it. I've already accepted, what's happened and stuff. And I'm looking forward to the new future of Star Wars. Let's just get back to talking about the actual movie. Okay, getting to spoilers finally. So one thing I loved about The Rise of Skywalker that kind of fixed something from The Last Jedi was the reveal that Palpatine was behind Snoke. Yes, the theories from back then about how Snoke could be Palpatine, then I thought, there's no way this is gonna happen, were pretty much true. And I think it really made up for Snoke dying back in The Last Jedi and make him feel like a waste of time and just a throwaway villain. I love this because now this makes Palpatine like the main villain of all the movies, and I actually really, really like that. Seeing all the clone Snooks in the tubes and seeing where Palpatine has been all this time in the unknown regions on the planet of Exegol. Now that is a badass planet name. I really like it. And Palpatine actually legit looks scary when he was revealed. Like, it was a great reveal. Really set him up as the main villain here. And even, like I mentioned before, I watched a bunch of Star Wars lore videos and stuff. And if you have too, you'd know that he was fascinated by stuff in the unknown regions, and we finally get to see unknown regions in an actual movie, and it was just really cool to see that where he's been all this time, and just the contingency plan continued in its full form. And the attempted rise of the Final Order, I really like that. There's the First Order, and now we got Palpatine's Final Order raising from Exegol. Like, I like that connection. We even got a great hint from Palpatine how he survived all this time since Return of the Jedi, where he said, and this was even a callback to Revenge of the Sith, the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some considered to be unnatural. Oh, and yeah, that was a great moment. It was also the creepy reveal, which I loved. Wow, I got a lot more about this movie to say than I thought. Well, the last thing that comes to my head when I think about the beginning of The Rise of Skywalker was when Kylo Ren was flying to Palpatine through the unknown regions. He was going through like this veiny, organy space nebula that looked really cool. And I don't know, I just like that a lot. Next thing that comes to my mind when I think about this movie right away is how Rey was revealed to be a Palpatine. Back during The Force Awakens, I remember watching theory videos on how Rey could be Palpatine, and it actually made a lot of sense if you watch those videos from back then. And I still didn't think they'd do it, especially after The Last Jedi. I'm like, there's no way they're going to do it anymore. But wow, they actually did it, and I really like that. When I watched those theories back around The Force Awakens, I really said, you know what? I'd like that if that would happen. I think this is the most interesting thing they can do. And man, they actually did it. So that was pretty cool to me. With Leia, they pulled it off pretty well as well. It was a good thing they had all that footage of her from The Force Awakens, so I'm glad they utilized that and did it very honorably. As for the rest of our main protagonists here, they were just typical Star Wars protagonists, the gang following around, and I have nothing bad to say about it. I like them, I really do. Nothing too big to say about them, so I'll just leave it at that. Poe, Finn, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, and BB-8, you guys, thank you. Just thank you for bringing in the sequel trilogy. Something else I gotta bring up are those Zeiston class Star Destroyers. When that one came out of hyperspace to destroy the planet Kijimi, another good planet name. I love the name Kijimi. I just like saying it. I was like, what? To Andrew to my right when it destroyed the planet. I knew those guns were going to be powerful on the bottom of those Star Destroyers, but I didn't know they were planet destroying. It didn't destroy the planet as spectacularly as the Death Star, but it got the job done. To balance out the OP-ness of the Star Destroyers though, just destroy the planet destroying gun on the bottom of the ship, the whole ship blows up. So they're kind of balanced actually. As for the final battle of the movie, I think it could have been a little better. If you were following the Rise of Skywalker's build up to release, you might have heard that in the pre-screenings a bunch of people walked out in the middle of it and they had to reshoot the ending a few times and it was a dumpster fire. You know, I was a little worried, but I think the movie came out pretty well still. I wish Palpatine put up more of a fight when he was rejuvenated after absorbing Rey and Kylo's energy. Like, dude, I liked his outfit. He looked pretty badass. So I was like, oh, Palpatine looking like the main antagonist right now. And when he used that Sith Force lightning on the whole Resistance fleet, that was the most powerful thing I think we've ever seen the Force do. And it was pretty awesome. Those moments were awesome. Also, I liked the Sith Troopers. I know they didn't have pretty much any role in the movie. They were just there just for the final battle. Kind of like how the TIE Interceptors were there in the final battle of the Battle of Endor. You know, they were just there for fun, and I really like that. The Sith Troopers were pretty nice. I just wish that Palpatine had more of a unpredictable death, but it's whatever. Still very good to see him again. It was epic. I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to have an excuse to have a Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker video here on my YouTube channel and discuss what comes to my mind first when I think about it and the highlights and just geek out a little bit, show you guys more of my Star Wars side. Comment down below if you want to talk about the movie more, anything specific, or want to let me know something about Star Wars. It's not like I have 1 million subscribers and won't catch your comment. Okay, the last thing I want to do for this video is pretty much show off this. This is a parody of the theatrical poster released for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker of a few friends, some content creators I watch, and me. Made by Marv here. He did a very good job and I appreciate his effort and the requested adjustments. So let me explain the parody poster a little bit. So here you got me in place of Kylo Ren, obviously being one of the main characters. Then you got, in place of Rey, my friend DeCurls. His name's also Andrew, one of the nicest guys I know. I meet him at a lot of conventions I go to. Then in place of Poe Dameron, we got Alex Rastel. He's a cosplayer I met at Anime Expo 2018. I sword fought him, and he actually turned out to be a really cool guy. So that's him. Then we got King Vader in place of Finn here, who is a YouTuber who does these special effect videos, these anime parody videos, and he's great. I really like him. I recently went to a shoot for his Matrix video, which was extremely fun. In place of Chewie is my good friend Kenneth Fireblade. I met him during one of his YouTube live streams, and we pretty much hit it off. We've already been friends for over a year now. I've introduced him to anime. We send each other Snapchats of us at work wanting to go home. Instead of a bow blaster like Chewbacca, I asked him, hey, what kind of weapon would you use? And he told me an RPG. So I gave him an RPG. That's kind of a combination of his Wizard 101 wand. He even let me join his full game walkthrough series of Wizard 101, and that's proven very fun. So Kenneth is pretty awesome. Replacing Janet on the Space Horse, we got Oda-chan, who is an anime girl created by Otaku Versus and voiced by Frankie Lalia, who also has a fascination with alpacas, so I replaced the Space Horse with a robotic alpaca. Pretty clever on my part. In place of Lando Calrissian, I got my friend Toss Official, During the Pokemon X and Y series, I was in a huge community and that's how I met him. Was a nice guy, he helped me out in YouTube a bit, and you know, shoot, he's pretty cool, we're cool, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna have Tasso on here. Places C-3PO is my friend Andrew, the one who went with me to go see The Rise of Skywalker. Met him at Anime Expo 2 years ago, and we're just simple friends. He's also pretty good at photography. Next up is Lily Pichu and her dog Temmie, of course. Replacing Rose here. She's a Twitch streamer and or YouTuber. She likes anime, is an art appreciator, she does a little bit of art herself, and I like her slogan, stay comfy. I'm a fan. Replacing R2-D2 and BB-8 here is my friend cio.sui and her personal assistant droid. I randomly messaged her over a year ago already through the digital art hashtag on Instagram and asked her if she would mind helping me with a YouTube thumbnail for a storytime video I wanted to do. And she was kind enough to take the time to do that for me. Then I ended up talking to her on the side and she ended up being really fucking chill. So we're cool now. And yeah, there she is with her assistant droid there. In place of Zori Bliss, we got iGumdrop. She's also a YouTuber and or Twitch streamer, and her personality's pretty funny to me, and she can eat a lot. Like, she loves food. Lastly, in the blank space around there, I fit in one of my best friends, Trayton, or Saikatsu as he calls himself online, and his brother Tim. They're just good friends of mine I met on Xbox, and I've known them for quite a long time now. They were looking forward to the new Star Wars movie as well, so I had to fit them in. Let me give a quick explanation about everything else. So we got the title content wars. Obviously everyone is at war with who could make the best content. The Rise of Zomovarks. Zomovarks is the last name of Volkth, which is me. It is also the name of an organization I hope to create in the future. The silhouettes here are of me on a jetpack about to escape the curls. In the background of our silhouettes we have Japan's Akihabara, which is a very desirable location to visit if you visit Japan. If we look up a little bit, we have a Mr. Beast helicopter, if you notice the logo, being pursued by one of my tilt rotors. Obviously we're after his YouTube secrets. Curving right along, we have my own personal blade, replacing Kylo Ren's crossguard lightsaber blade. I've always wanted to try sword fighting. This sword in particular was inspired by Gurren's sword from Seraph of the End. I just really like the coloring. Here replacing the Millennium Falcon is my dual monitored custom desktop used for commanding my forces, personal use, and editing. Finally, replacing the Zeiston class Star Destroyer fleet are my own fleet of hybrid drones / helicopters / ships that have extendable cameras that can film top tier 4K quality, and the footage they film can be edited on board. And that was me explaining my parody of the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker theatrical poster. Thank you so much for watching the video if you've watched this far. I really do appreciate you. And this video is already long enough, so let me just end it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, enjoy your existence, and I will see you in the future, in 2020. Late everybody, enjoy your existence, and may the Force be with you.